So our current network didn't have the right level of capacity that we needed. So we were looking to bring in a high capacity network, and we had quite short timescale. Sorry, so we wanted something we could get in place quite quickly, being in a new building in the city meant there was some logistical challenges getting new lines into that building. Yeah, so in the solution, the main thing we were looking for is the speed to be able to deliver it. I think that was far and away, the primary thing we were looking for. In addition to that, we wanted to work with a provider that could offer us a good service, and clearly commercially price was important to us as well. I mean, in honesty, it was Backbone Connect having a connection in the building already. That certainly put them at the top of the pile, put Backbone Connect at the top of the pile already. Because naturally that meant that the timescales for delivery were going to be shorter. And then when we met with the people from the team, we were happy with that what they were able to offer us was comparable to what we had with our other providers, and the price we were able to agree was competitive. Yeah, the feedback on the role, I mean, it was all straightforward. It was all seamless. There was no very quiet, which is great. So there were no problems. The project was delivered on time. It was a relatively straightforward delivery, but networks can sometimes be challenging, but no, it was all really good, really well delivered. I mean, the impact for us was it enabled us to provide a high capacity link into our head office in London, which was important because with the ways of working since the start of the pandemic, people have expected a much higher capacity network to be able to bring some of the behaviours from home into the office. A lot more video calling, a lot more those type of meetings. So that was the primary objective of the project, and it was all delivered quite seamlessly. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the important thing for us was to be able to get a very high capacity line delivered quickly, and also the flexibility to increase it in the future should we need. So for us, it was about being able to take the line and be able to divide it up into different networks so that our corporate work traffic can be protected on one element of it, and where that kind of, I guess, social traffic you might refer to it as can be put on another. So we can keep it separate, but we can also scale up quite quickly if we need to. And from my perspective, it makes it relatively easy, because if we do want to offer higher bandwidth in the future because we want to enable different services, it's quite a simple equation in terms of this is how much it will cost, because we can scale up quite quickly with the service that we're taking. It's funny with a network. It's one of those things that it just works and you don't think about it. I think if you're talking about the network and you're engaging with the customer services, then you've probably got a problem. From our perspective, it really has been it's been something we haven't had to think about. So project was delivered on time. We've had no reason to contact any form of customer support, which for me is what you'd expect. You don't really want to be thinking about the network because it's just running in the background. So whilst I'd say we haven't had that much interaction since going live, I would say that's a good thing.